And the last but not least, Sumia. They have an event on March the 2nd. Two registrations. How can they get at least eight more? They printed flyers and know where to leave them. So how can they market this online? It's a local event.
Wait, can we go over that again? So they
The event is coming up real soon. So what's that? 3 weeks tops or so, probably two and a half.
uh,
There's two registrations. How can they get at least eight more? So they printed out flyers and know where to leave them and want to know how can they market this online. It's a local event.
okay. So the first thing is this is classic. I mean, this is something I joke about. So we're seeing the real life incarnation of it. It's 3 weeks out, and there's very few people registered. I give that as an example in my workshops. Um, Here's my best advice: cancel the event and give yourself more lead time to launch it. If you go to my YouTube, you'll see a playlist on launching. Just go under my playlist, scroll down, search launch. It'll show up. There's an ebook I've got called The Art of the Full House, which is about how to fill events. Under my live workshops on my website that I sell under the products, there's something called The Art of the Slow Launch, which is the more robust version. But that's my best advice. Honestly, cancel it. It's so stressful. You have not given yourself enough time to promote it well, meaning you probably didn't have a plan. And most of us don't. When we go to do an event, there's no checklist. There's no series of steps we go through. It's sort of a flailing situation, it's a last minute herky jerky kind of no plan. We go here, we go there, and it's all reactive, in other words. And so we want to make sure that we have a plan that we can follow every time that we do the same event. So it has some rhythm to it. It has some smoothness rather than this kind of stop start back forth left right. And usually all of that happening 3 weeks before, where it's suddenly a lot of commotion and stress for everybody. Having said that, um, the things I know that are best, number one, one-on-one outreach. Just send personal direct messages to people that are something like, hey, I've got this event coming up in a few weeks. And I just was thinking about who I'd love to have there. I thought about you being there. I got so excited. And no pressure at all, but here's the link. Let me know if you have any questions. And send those out to as many people as it feels true to send it to. I mean, just look through your Facebook friends list locally. Just see if you light up and you get a clear internal yes, not from a desperate place, but just like, oh, I'd love to have them there. This time or another time, I'd love to have them. Send out the message. You never know. One-on-one messages will get a dramatically bigger response than a mass thing or a Facebook event where you invite everyone or even tagging people. A direct message will do better, or texting people or emailing people one-on-one. Second, you can reach out to the very few who have registered and just tell them the truth. Say, look, there's not a lot of people registered. I do want to do this. If you have any ideas or ways to spread the word or people you could tell, this would be a good time to do it. So you can enlist them in spreading the word because they've signed up. They want the event to happen, so they might be able to help. And of course, then you might just think about, yeah, who are the local hubs, people who could post it up or share to their email list, to local Facebook groups that might make a difference. But ultimately, this comes down to asking yourself the question, why am I 3 weeks out of this event and there's so few people signed up? Yeah, no shame. There's no shame in it. But it's to ask that question really sincerely, like, how is this probably not the first time that I'm here? And what we come to is usually, oh, I don't have a plan. I do not have a strategy. Because the strategy could, in the ideal world, start like 6 months before. Yeah. We schedule the event 6 months before, and then step by step, we're doing little actions. And we start thinking, oh, maybe I'll do some early birds so that people are actually incentivized to, because everybody signs up last minute. This is also part of the trouble. You can think nobody's coming, and then last minute, a bunch of people sign up. It's how people are. It's incredibly frustrating to all of us, and yet we all do it to each other with each other's events. So that's good to know that probably half the registrations will be on the last day. But it's good to know what is the minimum, under which I just can't go ahead with it. It's just not even a workshop anymore. It's now just a conversation between myself and two other people. That's good to figure out what it is. Those are my thoughts. Oh, and also under my YouTube playlist, there's one on filling workshops. So there's other ideas there as well.
All right, Sumya, thank you for your question. We've got advice for you either way, whatever you choose. And that was the last question so far.